If you have ever looked at your credit score or your credit report online through an online credit monitoring service, you're going to want to pay attention to this 2-minute video. This information will save you some frustration, possibly some anxiety that I experienced about 5 years ago when I uncovered the truth about credit scores and credit monitoring services. So you have to understand that in 2020, the credit monitoring industry, service industry, is a $1 billion industry. And they're making their money by selling you a discounted, diluted version of your true and actual credit scores. Let me explain what that means to you. So typically there's about 3 different levels of types of credit that you can apply for. You have revolving, like credit lines, so credit cards. For example, you go to the Home Depot and you open up a Home Depot card in the amount of $1,500. The application process that evaluates your ability to repay that credit card debt is attached to an algorithm. Now that algorithm is, I would say, pretty lenient. It doesn't penalize you for maybe not having a certain amount of trade lines open. Maybe it doesn't penalize you as much for not having a mortgage or auto debt. It really only focuses on your ability to repay a credit card debt in the amount of $1,500. The next level, for example, might be an auto loan, $20,000 or $30,000 debt. The algorithm that's going to be attached to that credit application process is going to be a little bit more sophisticated, maybe a little bit more thorough, maybe a little more harsh in regards to giving you a score that assesses your ability to repay that auto debt. Now the third level, which is the most sophisticated that we know of, is the mortgage credit scoring algorithm. That's a FICO 8 algorithm. That algorithm is going to take into consideration or basically put the 5 factors that impact your credit score under a microscope. Maybe penalize you a little bit more for not having open trade lines. Maybe having your balances a little bit too high versus the other 2 algorithms not penalizing you as much. That is why when my clients come in and meet with me and I pull their credit report here at CrossCountry Mortgage as they apply for a mortgage, and I say, hey, your qualifying credit score, which is your middle of the 3, is 736. So 736 credit score, for example. And then they pull out their app, their Credit Karma app, and they say, well, Dan, that's off. Credit Karma is saying I have a 785 credit score. What's the difference? Are you trying to say I have a lower credit score so you can charge me a higher rate? It doesn't make sense, and then they get defensive. That's when I get to explain this exact story to them, and I do this about 20 or 30 times a month, hence the reason why I'm making another video around this. As we're heading into 2020 and we're conducting a lot of refinances, what I'm finding out right now is that a lot of my clients, a lot of consumers in general, have online credit monitoring services, and they're getting bad information. So you need to understand this. Double check the algorithm that your online credit reporting service is using. You want a FICO 8 algorithm. My best advice is to download, and you're going to pay for this, not a lot, but you'll pay for this, MyFICO.com. You'll end up paying for a copy of your credit score or credit report, but it's the accurate version, all right? I hope this information helps. If you found this valuable, do me a favor, share this. It's something that consumers just are not being taught, they're not being educated on, and I hope that this information helps you and saves you a little bit of frustration like it did me 5 years ago. Bye for now.